the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their minds, don't care about the dirty looks. Yo, I take for what it took to be a crook. Push your head, yo, I'm never...
Hey everyone, it is Shoot the Shit. It's a late night version. It's been a minute, and I am your host, Jason Rumble, and I want to say hello to everyone. We still exist around here. You know, I understand it's a little late for some of the boys, and I want to apologize. Over the past few weeks, things have just been a little hectic and a little busy for the host. And, summertime, the kids, there was some festivals going on, and over the past few weeks, I've just been going crazy, whether it's my regular day-to-day job. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a youth league fall ball little league coach. So my 7 days have been extremely full. But that doesn't mean that I have not been following what has been going on in the world of professional wrestling to a certain extent. I guess it was the last AEW pay-per-view. And, one CM Punk has been getting on the nerve of some of the fans who, are really not the biggest AEW followers, so to speak. And it's very understandable, and we can understand that. Even the followers of AEW were feeling that the Punk promos and things of that nature were basically getting to be a little redundant. Just so. If there's anybody out there that will want to jump in and help talk about this situation with myself, and hopefully the boys are out there and they want to tune in and say hello this evening, or it will be a mighty short episode this evening. Because, to myself, whether or not it is what I believe I heard, which is more or less the fact of, I don't know, I watched the press conference that was released. I'm not sure, was it CM Punk, the one who just basically spit the truth? Or was it the fact when he spit the truth, there was some softness going on in that back locker room? I would love to know, inquiring minds would love to know what you think of this. If it is CM Punk, to me, that basically said what he had said to said superstars, let's just face facts that are facts. CM Punk is one of the only individuals, other than Stone Cold Steve Austin, that is basically, not just basically, has literally walked out on the WWE. And upon walking out on the WWE, let's just say they did it at their top. Austin refusing with Brock Lesnar. The world title was involved. And I believe CM Punk was the world champion, went over the barricade, and left the WWE for... for somewhat an amount of time. I believe it was a few months. I'm really not recalling how long it was. I remember him being spotted at a Chicago Cubs game at the time when he was a free agent and, so to speak, left the WWE as the world champion. And as we know, it led to, whether it was before and or after, my mind is so jumbled, but along with that, the pipe bomb heard round the world. So, when I look at CM Punk, he's done some things of that magnitude that other professional wrestlers in this, so to speak, 22-year span, uh, in a certain extent, don't even come close to replicating. Uh, and I'm going to say this: I shot from the hip when cutting promos, and I felt that whether it's the independent scene and these people in the locker room to a higher degree than you would in the WWE, which I wouldn't think you would. I think people knew what I was going to say, and not for nothing, but a lot of people as artists out there and entertainers, I believe the more real it was, the better it was. I think we knew uh, what buttons to push and how to push it. So uh, it's just like I'll jump to a different character. The 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 real life promo that was cut a few weeks back with Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle was had some incredible real life, you know, everyday stuff that probably as a man you would not want the average person to know. But nowadays the wrestling fan knows that Matt Riddle, the wife left, took the kids. That was a great line. Like, I mean, something like that. I'm not saying I think I'm not I don't know the situation. I'm not backstage in the WWE. I would love to know, because when a promo like that is up, they don't, I'm not going to say they discuss everything word for word, but sometimes, like, when there's going to be some real life stuff in it, the person who has that garbage at times is the one who says, hey man, I got some stuff that, say this during the promo. And that person be like, do you really want me to say that? And it's like, man, if you wanted to get over, excuse me, I apologize. If you wanted to get over, we're going to have to throw that real life atmosphere, feeling into the storyline, especially if you want people to gravitate towards it. And I guess I'm going to talk about more or less storylines that become, even if it's not real life, they're able to create it to make it feel as if it is a real life situation. A storyline that really captivated me in the Austin era of Monday Night Raw was the Austin Brian Pillman segment. Whereas in all the way to it going to the house and breaking in and just, that was a great, even though it's like people say, well, it's not real life, but the situation was real life. Brian Pillman was recovering from an ankle, a basic ankle reconstructive surgery, and Austin decided to step in and go to the house, and there was guns involved, and at the time in wrestling, it was right at that cut line where internet was just basically being invented. So the smart mark was at probably 15% of effectiveness as it is compared to today, where it's very hard to, so to speak, run with something and said people do not know about it. Case in point is just look, back in the day, a guy coming back to a territory, you really knew nothing about it unless you had this dirt sheet that was, stapled paper together that, you had to really be on the inside even to have something like that and know somebody. Case in point, too, in this day and age, excuse me, for the hotties to be able to come back and, nobody really, I mean, people felt it to a certain extent, or was it going to happen? Uh, but for really for it to happen, and even the boys themselves uh, not knowing is an incredible feat nowadays with the world of technology and social media and things of that nature. Uh, So yeah, I would love the opinion. I'm hoping somebody's out there. I really want to get into discussing. I want, because I'm really not all that. I didn't really read much about it. I just see that people are upset with Punk and and whatever he did to the business, and puppy dog that comes out of the back room that or whatnot. And you look at it from a vantage point or a leverage point of, now Omega is suspended and the box are not there and blah blah blah. It's a very funny thing when you're supposed you're the office, a legit suit, and yeah, suspending yourself. But when you look at it this way, it also gives said people room to get some time and some good work and some good spotlight on the AEW program. A lot of people. I've watched the program. I really haven't found much to diss on it about. I thought the past few weeks they've given some high quality matches, just like, the WWE over the past month since Triple H has come back and, some high quality stuff. I was able to comb through the internet this week to just see, you know, what people felt about this Monday Night Raw that had just passed. And a lot of people out there had said that this was probably the worst Monday Night Raw that has gone on since the Triple H regime takeover, but it still had 1.75 million. So, with that being said, the AEW, which was a topic this week on Busted Open Radio, with Bully Ray and the whatever the host of the show is, but Bully Ray basically said right now that this you really can't judge numbers for WWE or AEW. I mean, you can only judge the Nielsen's, which is only judged by TV. So if people are watching these shows of other magnitudes, the Nielsen ratings are just basically to say maybe 50 to 65% of truth, but still AEW is basically right now what they have to understand is they're at 900,000 to a million, and that's not bad. Like, look at how long Impact Wrestling has been around. TNA. their first few years in existence were $5 or $10 weekly pay-per-views that all of a sudden, morphed into having a TV deal. But if you were to tell me that Impact even had more than 500,000 views a week, I would be highly surprised, because I never found it. I just don't think people found it as there wasn't that, oh my God, itch for a competing promotion. And I believe Vince was able to keep talent that he had so relevant that it really only itched the 1 out of 1,000 wrestling fan to, go over and watch Impact Wrestling. The James Forbeses of this world. And a shout out to James Forbes. I'd like to, just show you my brand new hair piece I have right now, my toupee, as you tried to say. Jealousy is the biggest form of envy. You're probably out working the midnight grind, trying to pay off your 17th mortgage and every loan you've ever had for the 36 procedures you've had from Hair Club for Men or Dr. Leonard to try and get that hair to grow. Sorry, buddy, but this is the real deal. It's beautiful. Hey, Rumble, what's up, man? How you doing? I can only see that it says Facebook user. For those of you who want to be seen and let me know who you are, you hit the click, you're going through the gimme gick, and it's Jeff, my guy. All right, Jefferson James, how do you do this evening, brother? Listen, life's been a lot busy. I haven't been able to do much of anything. I hope you're having a good evening this evening. I hope everything's going good for you. We'll have to catch up in the next couple of weeks once things slow down for me. It's great to see you tuning in this evening, my lad, as you Canadians say, my lad. Just finished the UCW show, and was Pelly there with you this evening? That's all right. So anyways, yeah, Jeff, we're just discussing a little bit of the CM Punk. I found that as being an interesting topic. And I'm probably gonna, if none of the boys click on, I'm probably looking at going 30 to 45 minutes this evening. It's nice to hear from people. I think my face can be seen now. Yes, it can. Jefferson James, otherwise known as the Jeff Ferguson. As we know, we all have shoot names. Everybody knows my name. Now they know your name. I greatly apologize, but all they need to know is Jefferson James Ferguson, JJF. Can you add me on to this live stream right now? Jeff, since I haven't had a guest on this evening, and I call this Inside the Gorilla Position, and it's late. It's shoot the shit late night Saturday, and I'd love to have a guest for a few minutes and shoot the shit on this late night Saturday. So why don't you be on the lookout for an invite, and just give me a second here to give a quick little clickety clack, click, click, and boom. And you just follow the directions, and I'll pull you on, brother. So anyways, hopefully you know a little bit about this CM Punk stuff that's gone on. And then, we can end it with, like, I would love to know your opinion on a couple of different things, seeing how you are from the younger generation of professional wrestling and things of that nature. So, as we wait for our special guest this evening, uh, my friend, your friend, one Mr. Jefferson James, uh, and we hope to see him soon. And I'm hoping I'm not having issues with people entering my studio this evening, and that's why the boys haven't jumped in. But I'm assuming if they was having problems, they would just go watch the live stream and say, "Bro, what the hell is happening? I cannot get myself in the room to discuss a little wrestling with you." Uh, or this is, I can see Pelly. He's probably asleep, and, because he's got to get up tomorrow. And here he is, everyone, live from his front seat in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, Jefferson James.
How you doing, Rumble?
How are you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Just finished up the UCW show, so I'm just taking it easy. I had a medium pizza, so I'm just laying out for. Yeah.
So I have to ask,
Go ahead.
was one Mr. Sidewalk Sam there this evening?
Nope, Sidewalk Sam wasn't there tonight. Actually.
Oh, wow!
Where he was.
I'm surprised he wasn't. So was this the annual Spry Field Halifax show?
No. The annual one happened in May. I don't know what this show is called. It was just announced as UCW Live Professional Wrestling, basically.
Yeah, and where are you this evening? What city are you in?
Halifax, but
so
it's like
is this a usual venue in Halifax that you're at tonight? One of their monthly stops?
No, Spryfield at the Lion Drink.
So how did this evening go? What was the crowd like?
The crowd was up for everything, man. Like, well, I don't know if I told you or not. I was managing for a little while, and tonight was my final night because I got fired by my protege.
Oh, excellent.
The second I came out, they booed me. The second I hold the mic in my hand, boos just everywhere, man. Completely just like being shot at, you know what I mean? I couldn't even cut the promo until like 30 seconds later.
So is it because of the back issues that you've been experiencing that you have gone on to the managerial side of things?
Yep. Yeah, that's what it was. You know what I mean? Because like I didn't see myself getting back in the ring anytime soon, so I figured I may as well try managing, just see how I do.
Yeah.
And it turns out that wrestling seems to be more my niche, something that I enjoy a lot more. So I'm just gonna keep working on my recovery, which is going very good now, actually, and just work towards getting back in the ring.
Good. Excellent, Jeff. I'm glad to hear it. So I would like to tell you this: work on the core as hard as you can. Yes, because as you know, I am at one time I was a licensed, not just a personal trainer, but I was an assistant strength and conditioning coach. And one thing that ties hand in hand through anatomy is the back to the core. And if you can, a strong core makes a strong back door.
Oh, yes.
And all right. So, since you're on the program, I'm going to ask you, how much about this CM Punk fiasco have you followed with AEW? And that this whole situation with the Bucks and Omega, I would love to be filled in, because what I think of it is, was it Punk to just basically talk some trash that they didn't like, or was it did they talk trash and Punk didn't like it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I call him Switzerland, but it's not Cesaro. It's
Right.
Hangman Adam Page. Like all of a sudden, Hangman Adam Page's name gets thrown into the mix. Like
Yeah.
what? What is this? What happened? Like, is there? Can you, what is
So
your knowledge upon this?
So I guess the heat brewed up between Hangman and Punk because Hangman questioned Punk's loyalty to AEW since Cole Cabana got switched to Ring of Honor. So Punk was accused for Cole Cabana going to the Ring of Honor section of the roster, and then I guess Punk held the grudge against him for a while, and then he went on the press conference and basically went off about his friendship with Cole Cabana, saying that like they're no longer friends and like the reason why basically. And then just like he basically went off saying that like the EVPs being the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega accused him of getting Cole Cabana fired, switched to Ring of Honor, whatever happened, I don't know entirely. And then last he called Hangman a dumb fuck and just basically went off at him saying he went into business for himself. And then afterwards, I guess the Young Bucks tried to approach CM Punk, and CM Punk threw a punch at Matt Jackson. A brawl broke out. So Ace Steel, I guess, got involved, threw a chair at what's his name, Nick Jackson, and then Kenny Omega tried to break it up. Or actually, no, Punk's dog got in between them. Kenny Omega tried moving the dog, and then I guess Ace Steel bit Kenny Omega's nose and pulled his hair. Yeah, so it was a big shit show. But,
All right.
But business got taken care of, I guess, and they're trying to move on.
And then you see, like, all right, now, if this is the truth, and I
That's
like
it.
this.
Dirt sheets say a lot, so you don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, hear me out.
Yeah.
I like this. I like that you just gave me the cheat notes to the situation. I mean, I heard the promo, but I mean, I have the poster. I was on a show with Colt Cabana and CM Punk, the Jersey Cup. I'm on that. I wrestled with them. I seen the closeness, and I heard and know of the real life heat. And the real life heat is over the fact that CM Punk originally gave Colt Cabana money that had to do with the financing of the said t-shirt company that is going on right now. See, not a lot of people don't know this, but Pro Wrestling Tees is owned by Colt Cabana. Did you know that?
Actually?
Okay.
14.
So that company is owned. So that company was financed by CM Punk.
Okay.
The official company, well, technically, that's the loan money that they fight over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Punk and Cabana were best of friends. They were signed in WWE developmental together. There was a point where CM Punk pushed for Colt Cabana a lot to come to, for them to really look for him to be on the main roster. A huge push was for him to at least go to the commentary table because he was a funny guy, and it just never happened. Okay.
Would never have a dull moment with Colt Cabana.
Exactly. So whether or not your friend becomes a multimillionaire and you feel you don't have to pay him back, or the loan you felt was paid back, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
As two adults, I think the whole locker room knows the situation. And I could see if do I think CM Punk would be guilty for saying, listen, I don't want to share a locker room with this guy. He still has a job. You own this other thing, but I mean, let's face it, Tony Khan owns and pays for the wrestlers in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
So regardless of not, he still has a job. The one thing that sucked for CM Punk is he was part of a story, or he was part of a faction, with the Dark Order. But the Dark Order's become so
You mean Cole Cabana,
irrelevant.
sorry?
Yeah, Colt Cabana was in the Dark Order.
Yep. Yeah, I
But
remember that, and like they didn't do anything with them in it either, so it didn't really make too much of a difference necessarily.
and the Dark Order, let's just face it, they're one of many that are being hid on the AEW roster from television.
And Stu Grayson got released in April as well.
Yep.
So it's like there's
So
no relevancy to them at the moment.
so when hearing this, I really don't think it's a big deal that CM Punk said what he said, because it's nothing. It's nothing that we, the wrestling fan, didn't know the, so to speak, situation of.
I don't think it was necessarily what he said that was the problem. It was just the way he said it.
Yeah.
You,
I think he got sick of hearing. I think he got sick of hearing it. I think he didn't like the fact that he had probably already heard that his selfishness made him lose a job.
yeah,
So, with that being said, I really, yeah, I would love to have been backstage to see how it was presented on how the fight started. Like,
no, I agree.
did Matt and Nick Jackson approach the situation like EVPs, or did they approach the situation like two of the boys?
That's what I'm wondering too, because they also said in the dirt sheets as well, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks opted to leave if they didn't do anything about or if Tony Khan didn't do anything about CM Punk,
Yeah.
which I think doesn't necessarily make sense because it shouldn't affect their position whatsoever. That's
Well,
more so a CM Punk issue than their issue.
the Bucks are signed until 2025, so
Okay.
they ain't going anywhere.
No, they shouldn't.
And I don't think Kenny Omega right now, they say he's over in Japan and he's representing AEW. He was sitting having lunch with his boyfriend there in Japan. They put it on. Yes, I call him his boyfriend, his homie.
Yeah, because they love each other.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I've always listened to like podcasts or whatever of Kenny Omega talking about Kota Ibushi and how much he adores him. And it's like, just get over yourself, buddy.
So, all right, I like that I was able to discuss that. Before I think I'm going to wrap things up, Jeff, I would.
Yeah, there was one more thing that I forgot to mention, because I guess when MJF came back at All Out, someone asked Punk how he feels about working MJF. He goes, I got to work pricks again, basically saying that like they were children, not wanting to learn. But then he put MJF over towards the end, which I thought was the one nice thing that he said throughout that whole thing, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. But MJF right now is probably one of the hottest microphone talents.
Certainly.
I'm not going to say he's a great in-ring talent. He's a decent in-ring talent.
Good. He's good, but he's not
good.
Like all-star in-ring.
But I believe if AEW wants to do the right thing right now, if they don't make Bryan Danielson the world champion,
they're missing an opportunity. If they don't put the title, they are dropping the ball for sure. I mean,
right now, I believe that Moxley needs a break. He was about to take a 3-month vacation before this, 3 to 6 months. I think he could use let Moxley get his vacation in. And I think Bryan Danielson, a guy like him, needs to be the champion. I think it's an easier way to keep the Ring of Honor thing that they're doing more relevant, because you can get some of these, strong style, these matches that, let's just face it, the WWE and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown are going after that same thing, because you can bet
Yeah,
your ass that Gargano and Ciampa, the guys like that, even
very
Mustafa Ali is becoming relevant. So the WWE, if you look at the last pay-per-view, the average in-ring time was 22 minutes,
yes.
which is really unheard of on a
Usually
WWE
it would
show.
be a lot less for sure, and the main event would be more.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what I mean by that, Jeff, is the average match. There was matches back in the day that went 5, 6 minutes.
Yep.
Triple H, that last pay-per-view, he let everybody get at least 20 minutes of in-ring wrestling. At least.
All good too, especially Gunther and Shane. Thought that was match of the night. You cannot top that. The main event was good, but Gunther and Sheamus, I thought
Without a doubt. Love that match. We thought that match was a great match.
the storytelling behind it, that's what drew me in.
I
I love
thought Gunther and Shinsuke Nakamura was a knock it out of the park match. You
Can you
know?
still hear me rumble? It's just a little dark. My light went off in my car.
It's all right, buddy.
Cool.
So listen, as we get to wrap things up here, it's been very well noted that right now, or the opinion is that don't believe the dirt sheets right now. Triple H is not going to give Roman Reigns an ultimatum for those belts to be broken up.
No.
If everybody focuses right now, the U.S. title is going to become the flagship title of the USA, because they don't care. Like, I'm sorry to say, they don't write for Canada, because to them it's the USA Network. So
That's
what
what their
better?
market.
So what better title to have is the United States Championship as the flagship title of the USA Network and Monday Night Raw.
It's like the Intercontinental title back in the early 2000s. There was like a roster for that title, right?
Exactly,
The
exactly.
United States title, and I think that's really good business on their end because
So
that gives Rollins more of a reason to fight. You know what I mean? Even though he doesn't need the title, it's just a good little flavor to have for a guy like Seth Rollins, a guy like Theory, Gargano,
yes,
a full
yes.
roster to fight for a title. And think about the prestige back in the 80s as well.
Yep.
Harley Race made that title.
Ric Flair was a former U.S. champion.
Yes.
Magnum TA, Tully Blanchard. The list goes on.
Dusty Rhodes, Lex
Yep,
Luger. The
yep,
list goes on, like you said.
yep.
So why not bring more relevancy back to the United States title and make it something,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly, buddy. Exactly.
Also, Tampa wore Harley Race's jacket and tributed to him because he held the U.S. title.
Okay.
So what does that tell you there?
Exactly, buddy. Uh I look at it this way too, that you could see this. What I believe they will do is, I think that Triple H will come back to say that the champ needs to make appearances on Raw if he wants to be acknowledged on his island of relevancy for
Yes.
not being relevant on a said program such as a Monday night. But I do not, I the titles are not being split, but I do know that they probably will look for him to be on both, making appearances on both shows. And right now, I mean, Roman Reigns, they're only working 4 days a week. They work a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday schedule. Tuesday through Thursday, they're off. the WWE has never had a 4-day schedule in their life. They used to work, they was on the road 6 days a week. They used to
Yep.
do Tuesday house shows, Wednesday house shows. They will not do that now until they'll be doing that on they know vacation time. And still during the summer, they weren't doing middle of the week shows. They were doing a Friday through Monday schedule. They do 2-a-day. The only time now they're doing 2-a-days on either a Saturday or a Sunday, where they're putting an A and a B roster together for
And that's
for
super
yes.
now.
So, but anyways, Jeff, it was nice catching up with you, getting to talk getting to hear your opinion and on the CM Punk issue, and getting to hear what you think of the relevant title on the flagship, as they say, program, which is Monday Night Raw,
Yep.
with them making the United States title the relevant championship of that program. So, well, Jeff, I'd like to thank you for being on tonight.
And thanks for having me on. And it was
No
kind of
problem,
last
brother.
minute. It was kind of last minute, but I was like, you know what? I may as well talk to Rumble for a little bit. And
It's all good. And you know what? I may as well have you on, since, the boys are doing whatever they're doing. And
Yep.
why not have one of the other boys come on and help out one of the boys? So with that being said, Jeff, I hope you have a safe travel home. It was great to hear from you. And let's give it up, everyone, for Jefferson James. Yeah! All right, brother. You have yourself a safe one.
You as well, man. Stay blessed.
All right, brother. Family first. I can see that. I can see that famous hoodie you always have on.
The light won't come on. I can't show it off. But if
We can see the yellow.
Get yourself a Family Over Fame sweater. If you want to know who to contact, just message me.
All right, brother. Have a great one.
You
can look at Jefferson James on Facebook,
Yep,
YouTube, and things of that nature. Have a good one, Jeff.
You as well, man. Take her easy.
All right, brother. All right, everyone. It wasn't the longest shoot the shit late night Saturday, but it was a good one. It was a good one. The hair looks good. And I just want to say, we'll see you soon on Inside the Gorilla Position. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe. For those of you, God bless. Muscle tough.
The sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their lives, don't care about the dirty looks. Yo, I take for what it took to be a crook. Push your head.